Hello y'all, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to show you how I took a piece from this mama plant here, this mama snake plant, and I'm actually going to show you how I propagated it. So this journey started back in April 20th, and I just took a long leaf off of my big plant that you just saw there previously. And the key thing here when you propagate a snake plant, or any plant for that matter, you want to try to get a healthy leaf, okay? It just makes the journey to the next level easier, okay? So what I did once I got my snake plant piece, I cut them into sections. It looks like I was able to get about 9 or 10 pieces, and I wanted to make sure that they are all going in the right direction. So I did use some masking tape and a little Sharpie just to make sure as I let this sit out and dry over a couple of days that I did not mix it up. It's very important that you do not mix up the direction of your snake plant. If you cut them, you want to make sure that whatever was growing up when you took it from your cuttings, that is the direction that you're going to plant the new plant in. If that makes sense, okay? I used the cactus palm citrus potting mix. It's a drier mix and it's easy draining. That was important. You can now understand you can propagate snake plants in water. I just have not had very much success in propagating much of anything in water, so I use the soil. Okay, once you have your cuttings and you've had them drying out for a couple of days just so they can callus over, I like to place them into the soil. That I found that to be the most effective way to get a good propagation. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And remember, now my soil is very dry, but we will water this in pretty well once I get everything planted. Okay, again, I didn't have any rhyme or reason on the size of the cuttings. I just really wanted to see how it would work, how well it would propagate. So I just cut them into maybe 4-inch pieces. And again, that's because I had a really large piece from my mama plant. So I had a lot of pieces that I could cut. Okay. Once you get it into the soil, you're going to want to go ahead and just water it in really well. Again, my soil was super dry. It was living in my garage, so I'm just watering that in really well, and I'm going to just let it sit. Okay, and you don't want to overwater it because you guys, you don't want this to sit and get any kind of root rot or develop any gnat problems, because those are no fun, guys. Trust me, gnats are no fun. Okay, so once you have everything situated, all your cuttings in the soil the way you want it, you have it in nice and watered, you're going to want to place these plants in a location that gets nice even light. You don't need it doesn't have to be in direct sunlight. That hasn't been my experience with snake plants. They don't need direct sunlight, but just in a nice place that has an even temperature, making sure that you water these occasionally. Again, you do not want to over water them. And now the waiting will begin. Now, propagating snake plants can take anywhere from 6 weeks all the way up to 3 or 4 months. Patience is the key. Just wait, set it and forget it, and make sure you water it occasionally. Now, in all fairness, my plants could have started growing in a little bit sooner. I did not recognize the growth though until about October. And as you can see here, we get in really close. The one that was kind of overcrowded has some really nice growth. So the original cuttings will no longer be good. They're not viable. They won't grow anymore, but you will get pups next to them, which are your new baby snake plants. So that is super, super cool. You can have potentially a lot of new plants. But so in this case, I only had about 3 baby plants come through. That doesn't mean the other ones won't root. It just might take a little bit longer. I'm just going to leave them here in this pot. I have no use for the pot or for the location that they're sitting in. Keep in mind here with this one, I did have it underneath a grow light. This was not a consistent thing. Every now and then I would turn the light on if I thought about it, and that's it. Now this other plant here is sitting right across from a window, actually adjacent to a window, and it did not do as well. Now that could be because I didn't have it under direct grow lights. It also could be that I didn't give it as much water or attention as the other one, just because it's kind of in an area that I don't go into very often. But as you can tell, the pieces have not rotted out, they have not dried out. So I think underneath the soil there's probably some action still happening. So that is it, guys. You can propagate a snake plant. It's not very difficult at all. I just wanted to show you my method, the tape and the marker. That's what I did to make sure that it stayed in the right direction. And this one here is one that I propagated many years ago. It's probably been about 3 or 4 years, but it's grown quite well, but this one came from a pup and not so much from a cutting. So anyway, that is it, you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye.